Hey guys, here again with a video showing you how to replace a coolant temperature sensor on a 2003 Mercedes S430. This particular car has a M113 V8 engine. It's also found in the W210 E430 cars. It's found in the ML430s. It's also found in the W202 C43 AMG cars. This is not the supercharged engines, it's just a regular V8. Also comes in a 5 liter, but all the coolant temperature sensors are located in the same position. I did buy my part from FCP Euro. It cost me 16 bucks. It's a OEM genuine Mercedes part. I recommend getting it from FCP Euro. That's where I always get my stuff from. They have a lifetime warranty on everything that they sell on their website, so definitely check that out. So let's get to it. The first thing you will need to do is to remove the engine cover here on the top, and just simply lift it up and slide it off and set it on top. The actual coolant temperature sensor is located right here underneath the secondary air pump. If you live in the UK or somewhere overseas, you may not have this pump here. I'm unsure, but I know in the United States these pumps are here, so you do need to remove this in order to get better access to the sensor that's right below it. It's really easy to remove this here. It's just one Torx bolt here. It's an E10, and then there's also a connector right here that powers the pump. You just squeeze the tabs and just pull it off like so, and then you'll go on ahead and loosen up the bolt that's on top here. I do recommend doing this while the engine is cold. If you do it while it's hot and you pull the sensor out, you'll probably spray coolant all over the place because it is under pressure. So do it while it's cold. Do put a drain pan underneath the car to catch any coolant that comes out. There shouldn't be a lot that comes out, but there will be some. You don't need to jack the car up or anything, just simply slide a drain pan under there. So you can go ahead and pull off this one bolt that's holding on, set the wires to the side, and then there's this air hose right here that runs along top. It just simply pulls right off of the secondary air pump. Then you can go on ahead and just lift the air pump out of the way. You see it sets in these two notches here. You can just set this to the side. Now you'll be looking right at the coolant temperature sensor. Let me see if I can zoom in on it for you more. This temperature sensor is located right here. It's only held on by a small clip that just simply slides over top of it. So first thing you'll do is disconnect the connector like so, and then you go on ahead and use a small screwdriver to pry up on the small little clip that holds it in. Be careful because it may pop out. Just be sure to don't lose this clip. The little clip just holds it in, and then you would simply just pull the sensor out and then replace it with the new sensor. This is already the new sensor, so I'm not going to take it out. If you live in an area that has a lot of salt on the road, these may get a little corroded and hard to get out. Just grab a pair of pliers and pull them out. Just be patient with it. This one actually just came right out, so after you get it out, you simply just push the new one in. Make sure that the plug is pointed kind of up to 10 o'clock, I guess you could say, or 11 o'clock. And then go on ahead and put the retaining clip back in. Make sure it's seated all the way in there so that it doesn't leak coolant. And then you can go ahead and reconnect the connector like so. And then you'll reinstall the air pump. Make sure you put the bracket back around it. You can just slide it back into place. Make sure you put the grounds back where they went. Then you'll go ahead and put the screw in, connect the connector back to the secondary air pump, tighten this screw all the way up, and then don't forget to put the air hose tight back on, and then you can go ahead and tighten this here screw back up. Oops. After that's done, go on ahead and put the engine cover back on. And there you have it. Again, you shouldn't have lost a whole lot of coolant, but if you did, just double check your reservoir and top it off as necessary, and then you can go on ahead and delete the check engine light and restart the car to allow the coolant to bleed itself back out. But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's a pretty straightforward job. Probably take you about 15 or 20 minutes to do. So if you have any comments or questions, just ask them in the comments section below. As I always say, I'm really good about answering back, so just please ask me any questions that you have. And if you'd like to see any other type of videos, just let me know. If this is your first time to the channel and this video was helpful and you would like to see more, definitely hit the subscribe button, and I will keep updating content as I get to it. Thanks a lot, guys, for watching.